I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is best-selling author and personal finance expert Suze Orman. Suze, thank you so much for joining me.
Anytime.
So Suze, you just published your 11th book called The Ultimate Retirement Guide for 50 Plus, Winning Strategies to Make Your Money Last a Lifetime. What can readers expect to find in this book?
They can expect to find very different advice than was over all the previous books I've written, because times have changed. The economy has changed. What I would tell somebody to do 20 years ago, I won't tell you to do now. So now you're going to find strategies, whether you're 50, 60, 70, or 80, of where do you invest your money when yields are at 1%? What do you do when the market is at the all-time high? And we have days like today where we're down 1,000 points. Things that you have to know. There's more to your money than just what stock to buy, when to sell, and all of those things. It's, do you have a will? Do you have a trust? What kind of insurance, if any, should you have? Do you do a reverse mortgage? Do you even do an annuity? Where's your income going to come from? When do you sell your house? And what conversations do you have to your kids? And how do you define yourself when you no longer are defined by what you do? That's what you'll find in this book.
So what are some of the common retirement mishaps you see in people over 50?
The main thing that happens really is people retire and they have a 401k plan at where they're working and they leave it there, rather than possibly doing an IRA rollover with it and then having diversification. They go into a traditional retirement account versus a Roth retirement account, and then they think, all right, they're in a traditional retirement account, they have a mortgage on their home, and they take $100,000, $200,000 out of a traditional account to pay off their mortgage, not knowing they're going to pay taxes on the whole thing. They continue to fund their children's college educations for them when they are in 50s, their kids are just starting, they don't have enough money in retirement, and they only care about a good mother and father, a good mother, father would fund and make sure your kids don't have any, the kids don't have any student loan. Wrong. Because if you don't have a retirement, they may not have any student loan, but their kids are going to end up taking care of them, financially speaking. They don't have a will, they don't have a trust, all of those things and more.
Okay, so a few years ago, you came out of retirement to re-release your Women and Money book, and you started a podcast. What prompted you to do that?
I tell you, and this is the truth, I was getting calls from USA Today, people, all these places. Suze, we want an article and an interview on the millennials. The millennials this, the millennials that. I'm going to be 69 in a few months. And I'm like, I'm fine about millennials, but don't we have enough information on them already? Why doesn't anybody ask me about baby boomers? What do you do when you're 50? What do you do when you're 60? What do you do when you're 70? So I got like, I've had it. I'm going to come back, and first I'm going to do Women and Money, then I'm going to do the Ultimate Retirement Guide, but in between everything, I'm going to do a Women and Money podcast, subtitle Men Smart, and the Men Smart Enough to Listen, so that everybody can get a dose of what they need to hear twice a week, and the price is right.
What are some of the main trends you see for women who are planning for retirement?
They are so not prepared, it's not even funny. They don't know how to invest. They don't know what to do with their money. It's really sad. I'll just give you a very quick example of what can really go wrong. A man working for the federal government has $3 million in his TSP, his thrift savings plan. He dies. He leaves it to his wife. Okay, she leaves it as a thrift savings plan right there, and now names her 4 daughters as the beneficiaries. She dies because they are secondary beneficiaries, and she didn't do an IRA rollover with it or a transfer as an inherited IRA. The daughters have to withdraw all $3 million in one lump sum. They will lose half to taxes. If she had simply done an IRA transfer with it as an inherited IRA, they could have stretched it for 10 years. Really? I mean, and now they're going to lose $1.5 million because mommy didn't know that.
Okay, let's focus on the younger generations.
Yes.
What advice do you have for them to start saving?
As soon as you can, you should. Right? The effects of compounding are absolutely magnificent. And age is probably the most important ingredient in any financial freedom recipe. If you can start at 25, fully funding your Roth IRAs and Roth 401ks or Roth 403bs, do not do the traditionals. Do not go for a tax write-off today so that later on you have to pay taxes on it. Just pay the taxes now and have tax-free growth and access to your money forever. Are you kidding me? So if they could just start and make that their number one priority, $500 a month over a 40-year plan, period of time could easily be $5 million tax-free. Really? Really, everybody? But if you waited and it was only 30 years rather than $5 million, maybe you'd have $1.5 million. Those 10 years difference only cost you $3.5 million. Not that big of a deal, right? Mm-hmm.
Suze Orman, thank you so much for joining me.
Anytime, Judy.